Oh, we got a good one today. Cappy likes good questions. I like good questions. Good questions. Is this here's the original? All right. Brian writes, "Hey Aaron, I don't know about you, but if I would have taken a nap in 1999 and didn't wake up until 20 years later in 2019, I would be in absolute shock at the increase of idiots I see when I go out in public. Everything from careless drivers who act like they don't give a fuck if they get a ticket or get in a bad accident to kids running wild and their parents not doing anything about it. I just as a so I stated so it's on record. And writing the book that I have, How Not to Become a Millennial, the problem I faced is that there is no clear delineation as to who had the millennials between Gen X and baby boomers. And the Gen X parents are absolute shit. I'm witnessing it now. I'm watching. I'm just like, holy shit. Like, you're worse than the boomers. You're just boomers. You're just like, hey, you got some boomer? Let's add more boomer to our parenting. Oh my God, why are our kids fucked up? No, you have a mental illness, little Jimmy, because I, a Gen X parent, can't possibly be a bad parent. No, you have a mental illness. Here's some drugs. I love my child. The statement, everyone's protecting their genetics, no one's raising their children. That's me, by the way, is 100% true. Baby dooby doo, booby dooby dee. Even having a lot more adults yelling in public and getting into arguments and people walking around playing on their cell phones, not paying attention to what they're doing while clogging up the aisles, almost bumping into people. Oh, yeah. You go to the grocery store. Every woman, they got to stop in the intersection. It's not enough. You don't put your cart off to the side, the left or the right, and your fat fucking American ass off to the left or the right. You park your fat fucking ass and your grocery cart right in the fucking middle and at an intersection. It's, or another one. I don't know why this is boomers that do this, but it's older people. People are trying to get into a restaurant. It's usually a restaurant. And the people who are in front of you think once they pass the door, they stop like, oh, we've made it. It's like, fat old fuck. We are outside trying to get in, you dumb motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of our way. I'm going to take your social security check. I'm going to paper cut your throat. All right? Just get the fuck, just. You're right, dude. It's not, I know it's funny, but I know where you're going with this, and it's a very important question. But yeah, I deal with it all the time. Just to name a few of the many examples I could give. Have you noticed the same alarming increase of idiots in public in your adventures over the last 20 years? What strategies do you use to reduce the number of idiots you encounter when you're going out in public? Are there certain times of day or certain places you try to avoid when going out? Me personally, I've always found it best to run errands or go out for anything early in the morning or on weekdays around 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, that's a good strategy. That's what I do when normies are at work and school and there's less traffic and a lot less idiots out. People are usually much more pleasant and friendly around that time of day for some reason. You could even go to the movies, Walmart, or the mall at the same time of day, and it's calm. You typically won't see a lot of idiots or troublemakers during that time. Anytime after 11 a.m. on weekends and anytime after 3 p.m. weekdays seem to be when you're much more likely to witness idiots and assholes in public, in my experience. I'd say the way society is headed in another 20 years from now, we will become stay-at-home hermits. Your thoughts? Outstanding observations. You are correct on our... There are more idiots. That is true. But there's other behind-the-scenes stuff that you wouldn't normally think. The main one being an economy. We have a pretty darn good economy. This was not the case 10 years ago. And I remember this because I could find a hotel dirt cheap. Gas was dirt cheap. Car rentals were dirt cheap. Flights were dirt cheap. Flights were also not full. You could just throw your bag, kick up your feet. Oh, the recession was great. Oh, it was wonderful. Wonderful. And there was just not that many people around because they couldn't afford it. Now the economy is very good. Unemployment is very low. Wages aren't that high, but they're not that bad either. And now every fucking normie, conformie, inferior goes out. And you're right. And the reason your times kind of tell you the main strategy. If you want to avoid the idiots in life, you just got to avoid people. And depending on how smart you, like if you're rank and file IQ 100, you probably won't even notice it. You don't notice the increased traffic. the driving is 100% true. Like all of you are right. You go and you drive, someone cuts you. I got to see who this is. Well, that's your brain saying, hey, I want to survive. So who are the idiots in society? And usually it wasn't necessarily that they were idiots. They were just new. You're immigrants. Typically you're Asian immigrants. I don't know why Asians drive. So I don't know. They just do. They just do. Okay. That ain't the case no more. You could guess. That person is driving kind of like a girl. That person, that's a guy. He's way too aggressive. Now, no way to tell. You're pulling up like, what old Asian lady in it? Nope. Young white dude. What fat middle-aged Hispanic guy? Nope. Twiggy old gal. Well, that's a good driver. Who's that? Teenage girl texting. How the hell she do it? We don't know. As a group, everybody's getting dumber. They're getting slower. We also have more traffic. We did not increase the amount of roads because we have to spend money on welfare and the gimme that's. And we just can't spend enough money on single moms. We just can't do enough of that. So that's another thing where you're going to see a lot in the traffic. But yes, the average IQ is going down for the population. There's no doubt in my mind. Aaron, have you done a study? No, I don't need to do a study. The average IQ is going down. So if you're an average person, you're a normie, you're the frog in the pan, you don't notice the longer lines. You don't notice the dumb people because you're one of them. You're one of the sheep. You think a sheep, an individual sheep, knows it's part of a flock of sheep? You think the lemming, as the group is running off the cliff, you think he knows that I'm an independent lemming. They're not going to pick up on it. So the smarter you are, the more dumb people there are. And the more dumb, unacceptable, intolerable behavior. So your only strategy to avoid the stupid people is to avoid people in general. I'm not kissing everyone's ass listening. Everybody listening here right now, your IQ is probably 115 at least or higher. And that means at least, what is 15? One standard deviation. Is that 93%? If I did, 90% of the population is dumber than everyone listening right now. And when you go out into normie conforming world, they're going to normie and conformie and inferior. They're going to do dumbass shit. And there's nothing you could do to stop it except to avoid them. And when you go into, let's go pull up your email here again. The times are telling. I've always found it's best to run errands or go out anything early in the morning or on weekdays around 10 a.m., 2 p.m. when normies are at work and school. There's less traffic. Yes. I do all my shopping. Well, my grocery shopping, I do it at 11 o'clock when I can't fall asleep at night. Go to a local grocery store. It's open 24/7. I do my grocery shopping there. When me and the GF go out for dinner, go out and get a cocktail, we usually wait until rush hour is done. Not only because of the traffic, but because, dude, bro, get some apps and wings. We're going to the American bar for happy hour. It's just a hometown bar with American eats. And you literally could plant a bomb in every happy hour at the dude bro bars to all go off at happy hour, and nothing, the cumulative IQ would go up. It would go up. And so that's where you walk in. There's people standing in line. Oh, the fucking telltale sign of a low IQ sheep is you walk into we don't pay attention, especially Christmas time. Not paying attention. None of you were paying attention, were you? You make the innocent assumption. Let's go get something to eat. Everyone's taking the week off because it's Christmas. And there is the fucking sheep, the fucking fat bloated sheep sitting on you're at the IHOP or whatever, and everyone's sitting in the atrium on the couches that they have for the sheep sitting right here. Yeah, we'll wait 45 minutes for a table. Fuck you. Just fuck you. No, my life is too fucking valuable to waste 45 minutes of my time, an hour and a half of me and the GF's time waiting for some fucking pancakes. And then you go, and don't know if you've noticed this as well. Whatever the environment is occupied by, that's what it's going to be tailored to. There's a great restaurant. Went to it last night. I really love it. And the food's great. And the only reason we're able to go is because now you can kind of see it now, kind of a quasi recession where Everyone's hungover from Christmas and they spend all that money. Oh, we got to save our money now. So now the normies, conformies, and inferiors went away. So this restaurant, which normally has a wait to get into, did not have a wait. Still got in. Loud blaring music. 4 big ass screens of the sports ball going on. Because one isn't enough, apparently. And I got my great food, but it was loud. Jukebox, people could put money. You can outbid people in. And we're playing 1980s rock music. Yeah, man. 80s are great. Guns N' Roses, man. I'll have your wings, please. Never mind. He's dead. I'll have his. All right, that looks great. Nothing would happen. Well, I'd get arrested. Might be some sad people, but nothing would happen except the IQ would go up of society. And so you just have to avoid them, man. You got to choose it. And this another major reason, especially for you younger people. This is why, if you can, get to work from home. No one focuses. Guys, the economic nature of a career is you give up part of your finite lives in exchange for money. That's it. Only feminist careerists and idiot dude bros care about the prestige of, well, what am I doing during these 8 hours I will? It doesn't fucking matter. It's 8 hours you're never getting back. You could be flipping coins. You could be jerking off. You could be pounding this table. Did they pay you $100 an hour? Then shut the fuck up and do it. You're never getting that time back. Well, I gotta have the prestige. What am I doing? But nobody thinks about the time it takes to get ready to go to that fucking office, which at times, especially if you're a dipshit in California, is up to a quarter of your fucking working day. Everybody, I got only a 4% raise. Well, I only got a 2%. I got a 5%. Dude, I got a 10% raise. How about you give yourself an immediate 25% raise by not fucking commuting to work? You, every young boy and girl listening to me right now, if you can get into a field where you can work from home, you are one of the richest. You just gave yourself a 25% raise in terms of time. And if you can work from home or a laptop or wherever, now you are 100% malleable. You're 100% adaptable. You're 100% flexible. Even to this day, I got to explain to my mom and my family and my friends, don't give me a fucking date and a time. Okay? Not now. Call me the day before. I'll let you know if I'm available. And you know what? I am probably available because I can move my time around. Like Spike Spiegel in water. I can just moves and flows. Well, what are you doing at 6:17 p.m. August the 17th, 2025? I don't fucking know, and neither should you, sheep. And so if you can do that, now you have 100% flexibility. And not only do you save 25% of your time not commuting, you save yourself at least an hour of day of not standing in lines, not waiting, not stuck in traffic. I moved out. I'm almost to Wisconsin. I have to look it up. Town called Afton, although it's kind of elongated. But anyway, Wisconsin's right there. I could see Wisconsin. I don't go to this city. Rush hour is the number one thing. I don't care what my nieces are doing. Is it rush hour? I'm not going. I stay over on the east side. There is no reason for me to go and sit in line and waste my life. And if you can work from home, not only are you avoiding the commute, you are avoiding all that other shit when you go in line and everybody. It's not just rush hour on the highways. It's rush hour at the Walmart. It's rush hour at the mall. It's rush hour at the restaurants. It's all the fucking sheep lining up. And then when it's the sheep lining up, we all have to work in a kind of a communal sense. We're like a one big organism, and there's the weakest link in the chain. So if Tilly, the baby boomer fucktard, is standing there, well, I'm going to pay with a check, everybody suffers. The whole system is shut down. That one person gets in a car accident, all the highway is backed up. And if you just avoid that shit, not only is it good for your, it's good for your health, it's good for your stress. And that's, you avoid. That's how you handle the normies, conformies, and inferiors in the you avoid. And another thing is you can't get angry. Like, there's the parents. I went out and yelled at some parents one time. You can't win because they view it as you're threatening their children when you're not. You just want to break their necks, not the kids. The kids are innocent. You just want to break their necks. You can't do it. You can't. You just got to avoid kids. You got to avoid families. One of the main reasons I want to move out to South Dakota is because I don't even want to deal with the traffic I got now. Oh, yes, there's a bit of the who dang diggly do Wyoming out and South. That's true. It's a little bit slower out there. You know that the person behind the subway counter is not going to be as quick as someone, say, in Eagan, Minnesota. But that's all right because there's just no people out there. I'm just gonna go. It's like, I'm gonna smoke my cigar. That's it. It's worth the extra money. Here's another way you could avoid the normies, conformies, and inferiors. You order your shit online through my Amazon affiliate program, which is linked down below, or you could go to olderbrother.com/donate, click on the Amazon banner, do all your shopping there. But you really just have to be a good time manager and make sure you do, go grocery shopping at 9 p.m. You want a drink? Get in there before 3 p.m. Another thing that I'm trying to do is practice in stoicism and self-control is to force myself to become a homebody. Because there's really nothing out there, at least in Minnesota. There's just nothing, I've been to all the bars, I've been to all the clubs. I don't need to go. You want to go to Como Zoo? No, I don't. Is if you could stay home. I'm not saying, never go outside, but you don't need to go to the city. You don't need to go where the sheep are. You don't need Mall of America. The last time I went to the Mall of America, it was to drop a buddy off at the Mall of America. I didn't even set foot in it. That was like 4 years ago. You just avoid the people. That's what you do. I'd say the way society's heading another 20 years from now on will be all stay-at-home hermits. Your thoughts? Yeah, you will be if you're smart. You order your stuff online. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see people move out of the cities and out to rural areas. Everyone's going to want to go to these small little towns where everything's walkable. And you're going to see an increase in small town America, property and the local cigar lounge will go. And people will be telecommuting from Fremont, Montana. I think it's Fremont, Montana. Let me look that up. I wanted to go to this town to write a book. Fremont, Montana. It's right across the... Mount Fremont. Well, that looks like a cool mountain to climb. Washington. No, Fremont, Montana. Was it Fremont? I could have thought it was Fairmont. Hot Springs Resort. You know what? Let me look this up. Medora, North Dakota. It was somewhere over in that area. There's Medora. All right. Medora we can't use as an example because it's by Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Sydney, where do we come in? There's Williston. All right. Was it Fairview? No, it wasn't Fairview, was it? Was it Fairview? Maybe it was Fairview. It's right on the border. I could have swore it was Fairmont. And then you go to Glendive. All right, maybe it was Fairview. But it's just this small little no-name town of which there's thousands of them. I think people are going to move out to these little towns and say, fuck it, I got my internet. As long as there's internet, they don't care. That's how you're going to avoid the idiots. And all the culture. We're doing cats, but it's all lesbian, trans, vagina. And they're naked. And they shave little cats on their pussy. Get it, cats, huh? That's playing over at the Pantages Theater in the Twin Cities. We're so advanced. Bye. All right, there you go. Any super chats? Oh, we do have a super chat. All right, cool. Let's go to that one super chat. $2. Miguel asks, I prefer to outbid people on jukeboxes with Prince. There you go. Yes. Yeah, Prince is good, though. Prince is actually a very good musician. Unfortunately dead. But yeah, that's a good place to do it. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.